Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list and welcome to my top 10 worst Disney movies of all time, in my opinion. Yes, I know you're all thinking, another Disney video? Haven't you done enough Disney videos? Just stop doing Disney videos. I will stop after this, maybe, possibly, probably not. But anyways, I've done a lot of Disney videos. I did my top 10 favorite animated Disney videos, live action. I've done the Pixar movies, the Ghibli movies. I did all the eras of Disney, like the Disney Renaissance, the Dark Age, the Revival Age, the Golden Age. I've done my top 10 favorite Disney songs, my favorite Disney characters. I've just done a lot of things Disney, but the one thing I haven't done is shit on Disney. Well, I have a little bit, but I haven't talked about the worst of the worst. Yes, the bad Disney movies. And I thought I'd do a top 10 of the worst Disney movies, in my opinion. These are just like my least favorite. These are the Disney movies that I despise, and I think they are the worst of the worst. This is everything Disney. This is the live-action Disney movies, the straight-to-DVD Disney movies, the animated ones, the Pixars, all of them. The worst of the worst. And again, these are the ones I've seen. I haven't seen all of the worst ones. Like, there are some movies I probably never even heard of. You all probably can say they're worst. Again, in your opinion, these are the ones I have seen, and I think they are the worst that I have seen. These are the worst of the worst Disney movies, and here we go. Let's get to it. Here's the top 10 worst Disney movies. For a top 10 list, you gotta have your dishonorable mentions. My dishonorable mentions are The Aristocats, G-Force, Twitches, Blank Check, Flubber, Planes, Planes 2, Pocahontas 2, Maleficent, and my favorite Martian. All god-awful movies, just gonna make the top 10 list, but what didn't make my top 10 was my number 10. And my number 10 is hands down the worst Pixar movie ever, that is Cars 2. Say what you want about the first Cars movie, some people like it. I actually hate that movie so much. And again, Monsters University, a lot of people like it. I don't like it at all, but I think everyone can agree that Cars 2 is the worst Pixar movie. This movie sucks. It's awful. It has bad jokes. It has horrible storytelling. The animation's not even all that great. It's the CG animation, and it doesn't even look that great. Again, the characters, I hated them in the first one. They're even more annoying in this one. And yeah, again, there's a lot of bad Pixar movies, mostly good ones, but there's some bad ones, but everyone can agree that this is the worst of the worst. This, of course, is my 10th least favorite Disney movie of all time. Coming number 9 is Mulan 2. Yes, Mulan 2 I actually just watched a few months ago. Like, I have never even heard of this movie. I knew there was a direct-to-DVD sequel to Mulan, but I never bothered watching it. A lot of the direct-to-DVD sequels I didn't watch. I watched, like, the Beauty and the Beast ones, which were pretty terrible. The Aladdin ones, which weren't actually that bad. They were pretty good. And, of course, the Lion King ones, which, again, they weren't that bad, but Mulan 2 I sat through, and I absolutely despised this movie. I hated it. This took everything that was great about the first one. I love the first Mulan movie. That's such a good movie. And basically it ruins and shits on everything that happened in the first movie. There is no strong, independent female characters in this movie. This movie's all about marriage and, all about boys and all that stuff. And bro, I hated this movie so much. If you were inspired by the first Mulan movie and you love that movie and you loved that it was a strong female empowerment movie, this one has none of that. It has no good story, has no good message for girls. It's just an all-around horrible direct-to-DVD sequel, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Coming number 8 is Inspector Gadget. Yes, Inspector Gadget. Go, Gadget, go! Yes, I watched the cartoon when I was a kid. It's not a great cartoon, but it's fine. Go, go, Gadget, Razor Blade. Yes, go, go, Gadget. This movie is really fucking stupid. Yeah, again, the cartoon was nothing special, but you know what? It was good for kids. I liked it as a kid, not so much as an adult, but as a kid, I really enjoyed it. They made a live-action Disney version of the show, and holy crap, it's bad. It's so bad that the direct-to-DVD sequel is actually better, and that's pretty fucking sad. This movie has Matthew Broderick as Inspector Gadget, and wow, that was a bad choice. Like, wow, is he ever terrible. And they have Rupert Everett as Dr. Claw. Yeah, they actually show his face throughout the whole fucking movie. Even though in the show they always keep his identity secret, but in this one they just show him. Just this guy with a cigarette and he's one of those mustache twirling villains. I'll get you next time, Gadget. And this movie is just a horrendous piece of shit. Even when I was a kid, when I saw this movie in theaters, I despised this movie. But as an adult, I just despise it even more. Coming number 7 is Home on the Range. Home on the Range is the generic of boring generic. This movie's just awful. I saw this movie when it actually first came out years and years ago, and I really did not like this movie. I didn't like the message, I didn't like the story, I didn't like the characters, I didn't like the animation style. I don't like how this movie tried to be, you know, fun and enjoyable and goofy and silly, and even at times atmospheric, and it just fails at both of them. The movie has no subtlety, so it doesn't have any atmosphere, and it doesn't have any mature jokes, which it thinks it does, but actually its mature jokes are actually juvenile, so it makes them immature jokes, and I just really didn't like this movie. I really did not like it. It didn't have an original story. It didn't have good characters. I don't think even kids could like this movie. I just absolutely hate this movie. It's one of the worst. Coming number 6 is Chicken Little. Yes, another movie I actually saw a few years ago. I never watched it again because I hated just how despicable this movie was. Oh my god, I've never seen so many characters that I hate so much. Especially the fucking lead character and his dad. One of the worst movie dads I've ever seen in a movie. Hands down. There's like a sci-fi element which makes it even dumber. This movie is awful. The animation's god-awful. The story's god-awful. And again, this movie has probably some of the most despicable Disney characters I've ever seen in a Disney movie. Seriously, when you watch Chicken Little, you will hate every person in this movie, or every talking animal. You'll hate them all. They are that despicable. This movie is just so distasteful. So despicable. No child, no parents should show their children this movie. It's so despicable, so distasteful, so unfunny, so unoriginal, and just so bland and boring, but most importantly, it's just a very despicable, distasteful film. I hated this movie. I hated it so bad. Coming number 5 is The Princess Diaries 2. Yes, because the first one was embarrassingly enough. We had to make a sequel to it. The first one had Julie Andrews and Anne Hathaway, 2 actresses that I really enjoyed. They're very good actresses. The first Princess Diaries movie was really dumb. It had a really dumb story, had this really forced romance in it, and the chemistry between Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews was really lacking. This one just goes really dumb. Like, you thought the first one was pretty stupid. This one is even dumber. It's, oh my god. Wow, the stuff that happens in this movie. They put Chris Pine in this movie, and it's a worse romance than the first romance. They're like this argumentative people, then of course they fall in love and stuff. There's this villain played by John Rhys Davies, and he is like the most obvious villain. They're like, oh, maybe, is he a villain? Is he a villain? Of course he's a villain. He even says he's the villain at the beginning of the movie. And the choices these characters make are so dumb. They never once talk about royalty and how to be a proper queen. No, they talk about fan twirling and how to shop and buy all these expensive clothes and to throw parties. I'm like, yes, because that's what being a princess and a queen's all about. Parties and shopping and fan twirling. This movie's awful. This movie's so dumb. And of course there's these 2 girl characters. They're like these maid characters. Oh my god, they are so unfunny. They are so dumb and so unfunny. And, oh my god, the jokes they say in this movie. Oh my god. And of course, like Raven-Symoné's in this movie as this really weird character with this very questionable accent. I'm like, okay. This movie just, again, it's so unfunny. It's so ridiculous. It's just insane. It's sheer insane. Gary Marshall directed this movie. It's the worst Gary Marshall movie I've ever seen, and one of the worst Disney movies I've ever seen. Coming number 4 is A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Wow. Again, another really embarrassing movie to watch. This has Kate Winslet and Daniel Craig in this movie, yeah. Rose from Titanic and James Bond are in this movie, and whoa, they're awful in this movie. This movie, again, it's a really dumb story. It's about this kid. It's like one of the guys from American Pie. I don't know the actor's name, but yeah, that one guy from American Pie, he plays this kid who's a terrible baseball player, and then all of a sudden he gets teleported through time back into the King Arthur ages and stuff. And why does he get transported? I don't know. He's the chosen one. He's meant to save Camelot, and yeah, that's really ridiculous. And he's this kid with this baseball uniform. He's back in, like, you know, the ages of King Arthur. He falls in love with one of the princesses. He teaches her how to rollerblade. He teaches her about McDonald's and all the hip lingo, and oh my god. This movie's pretty embarrassing to watch. Yeah, this little kid who can't play baseball is meant to save all of Camelot. Why? I don't know. Because the script says so. Oh, this movie is awful. The comedy, the story, like, the ridiculous premise. Like, who pitched this story to this movie? And who actually thought this was a brilliant idea? Of course, a little kid who plays baseball. We're gonna make him save all of Camelot. Save King Arthur in the Knight's Realm. It's a brilliant story idea. Really? That's a brilliant story idea? Pfft, fuck off, movie. Number 3 is Old Dogs. Yes, Old Dogs. This is a hard movie to watch. This is very hard to watch because it has John Travolta and Robin Williams, and wow, this movie's even more unfunny than Wild Hogs. I don't know how this movie managed to do that, because Wild Hogs is a pretty dumb, stupid, unfunny, buddy road trip movie, but this movie is even worse. And I love Robin Williams. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. I love his movies, and I love John Travolta when he's good. When he's bad, he's really bad, and this is when he's really bad. It's basically about these two guys, they're best friends and stuff, you know, they're these business guys who like to party and stuff, but Robin Williams finds out he actually has 2 kids, and these 2 kids are actually played by John Travolta's kids, and then Kelly Preston's the wife and stuff. So why isn't John Travolta the one not taking care of the kids? I don't know, like, I don't know why. They wanted to make John Travolta the cool character, I guess, but yeah, Robin Williams in this movie finds out he has kids, and he has to pretend to be a father, or be a father to these kids, even though he's never been in their lives, through most of their lives. And John Travolta is his buddy, he's there to help him out and stuff, and shenanigans happen. That's the story. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. There's a lot of old people jokes that don't work. There's movie references that are really dumb and don't make a lick of sense. And again, this movie has this dumb slapstick. It's more like slap shit. And there's a supporting cast of like Matt Dillon and Justin Long and all those other actors that have been funny in other movies, but not in this one. This movie is just awful. It's awful. One of the worst comedies out there and one of the worst Disney movies out there. Coming number 2 is the Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. Yes, as you all saw, my top 10 worst Christmas movies of all time. This is up there. This is one of the worst Christmas movies I've ever seen. I love the first Santa Claus movie. It's a really good movie. The second one is not that great, but it's still an enjoyable movie I watched during the Christmas season. This movie is just like, let's rip off It's a Wonderful Life. God, go to hell, movie. Go to hell. This movie brought in Martin Short, a very funny Canadian comedian. I love Martin Short. He's a really funny guy. He is so not funny as Jack Frost. The story of this movie is basically about Jack Frost, you know, turning back the time, and he put on the Santa Claus jacket, and so Scott Calvin is not Santa Claus, Jack Frost is now Santa Claus, and basically they're in a multi-dimensional world and stuff, and it's awful. This movie's very selfish. It has no Christmas spirit. There's no Christmas charm or wit or anything. This movie is just god-awful. This movie never puts me in the Christmas spirit. I hate this movie. It's one of the worst Christmas movies and one of the worst Disney movies. And the number 1 worst Disney movie of all time is, of course, it's The Black Cauldron. The Black Cauldron is the worst of the worst. This movie is one of the reasons of the Disney Dark Age. This is the crowning jewel of shit. I hate this movie. This is one of the worst Disney movies of all time. The story, the characters, the animation, the pacing, the atmosphere, everything is an utter failure. I mentioned this when I did my ranking of the Disney Dark Age, so I don't need to go into too much details. I know most people haven't seen this movie. Good. Keep on skipping this movie. Do not ever go see this movie. It's terrible. It's not a good movie for kids or adults or anyone. It's awful. It just is awful. It does not work as a movie, especially a Disney movie. Hands down one of the worst Disney movies, and hands down my least favorite Disney movie of all time. So yeah, that was my top 10 worst Disney movies of all time in my opinion. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with the top 10 list? If not, give me your top 10 worst Disney movies of all time in your opinion. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.